So if I ask you to draw a scale diagram, so bring a ruler, just in case. You know what? I might, yeah, I'll adjust that later. So if you have a scale here, and I ask you to make a scale diagram of this, what you need to do is, in this case, this is our height. This is on page 32. This is our height, and this is, let's say, our base. Okay. I'm going to say see page 27 if you want to review this for the lesson. I did assign it, and you were supposed to watch it and kind of follow along. So this is technically the actual. Okay. This is the actual. You're asked to make a scale diagram of it. So when it comes to diagram, I want to do some math here. So the height, for example, I'm going to use 2 centimeters over 15 feet. I'm going to use this scale and bring it over here. And for the height, we have 50 feet, correct? So I'll make this, I'll figure out the height of my diagram. What is it supposed to be on the diagram? No conversion needed because I'm not asking you for the scale factor. Okay. This would be 50 times 2 divided by 15. So it's 100 divided by 15 essentially. So that'd be 6.67. Oh, your favorite number. Centimeters. And then for the base, let's say, for the base, I do the same thing. 2 centimeters, 15 feet. Base over 35 feet in this case. The base is 35 feet, so that's the actual number that I put in here. Cross multiply and divide. So it's 35 times 2 divided by 15. So it's 35 times 2 is 70. 70 divided by 15. 4.67. Yeah. Here I am trying to come up with the perfect jokes, and really all I need is numbers, right? 6, 7. Anyways, I actually made sure one of the answers in the test ends with 6, 7. So if you do the entire test and you don't get a 6, 7 somewhere, go back and check, okay? So now we use the ruler, and you draw this thing again. And you might think, Mr. Dirksen, don't you need the slant here? Not really, right? So this is what on paper? I just determined that. 6.67, so centimeters. So I'm going to use my ruler. I'm going to zoom out here a little bit. So I'm not going to be too picky on, right? So 2 all the way to 6, and then go to between 6 points. This is 6.5, right? So 6, 7 would be right about there. Okay, and then the base is 4.67. So you go 4.67 approximately is good enough, and then you just close it. So this is technically but the actual, I don't mind doing this, like in brackets, you put down the actual measurements. And whatever the video said, I may have said you have to label it this way or that way. My primary thing that I'm going to check for is, did you do this correctly? Is if I measured this, basically what I do is I cut this out when I do it, and I just put it over top of yours, and if it matches, you got the marks, right? So I know you did it right. So that's what I'm looking for. If you like to highlight, I'm just going to show you that, right, this is what I used to draw that, and this is what I used to draw this part right there. So that's a review on how to do a scale diagram. It shouldn't take you very long, but you have to do some sort of calculations. And I will use centimeters. I will not use inches. So if your ruler doesn't have inches, just use centimeters. That's all you need, okay? Another thing, this is, yeah. Yeah, bring a ruler. Yeah. I only have like 2 or 3, so I will be able to help you out, but bring your own ruler, make it smoother, okay? Worst case scenario, I'll borrow you mine, but try to bring one, otherwise we have to share amongst 20 plus students. Next, this is just a review. This question does not ask for it, okay? If I were to say, state the scale factor, how would you do it in this case? I don't even know. Yeah, it's going to probably be a small number, but we would go K is, how would we fill this in? What goes on top? 2 centimeters? And at the bottom? 15 feet, correct? What's wrong with that right now? Units. Can I cancel them out just like that? No. I need to do some converting. Okay? That's all. You just need to make sure you know that. So what are we going to use? You got to help me out here. Do we have feet, centimeters? Do we have that? I believe we do. 3048? You got to help me out because I'm just doing this on the fly. Like this was not part of the question. Centimeters, centimeters. Okay? Feet, feet. Perfect. It all cancels out. Now you need to just multiply across 2 times 1 and 15 times 3048. That's 457.2. Would that be acceptable? No, because it has a decimal, right? So if it's fraction, you want a true fraction. You could multiply both of them by 10. That would solve your problem. I'm fine with that. But remember, your calculator is very, very capable of doing this. So 2 divided by 457.2. Then you go math, fraction. Look at that. It's 5 over 1143. How would this be as a decimal? You go 2 divided by 457.2. So this would be 0.0. Can you do this? Because Mr. Dirksen, you said 2 decimals, so it's 0.00, right? Then you got to go 1 over, 1 more. Okay, give me a third. So that'd be 0.004. Okay. It doesn't happen very often, but if it does happen, please don't give me a 0 there. And then if you want percentage, multiply that by 100. So that's 0.44%. And there you have it. This is a complete aside. Just make sure you box that in. It's practice on turning. There's going to be a question like this, guaranteed. Guaranteed where, hey, this is the scale. Turn it into a scale factor. Just be ready for it. Okay. I think that's all I have to say about this one. I'm going to stop this.